All right, what's up, y'all? My name is Aaron Mallory, aka Mr. Let Go, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe to my channel because this is about to be good and I do more videos just like this. All right, I want to get something off my chest real quick. Now, for those who don't know, I'm heavy on Instagram and 80% of my following is women. So a lot of my content is towards women. And because of that, I get a lot of women in my DM asking for help, which is great because I have a whole coaching group called Self Academy that I help those women, right? So a lot of the times in the DM, I get women complaining about men, just like I get women in my comments complaining about men. Well, why don't these men do this? Why don't these men do that? And how do I say this? It's not necessarily the men. Now, I know you're going to say, what? These abusive men, these cheating men? Oh, yes, I get it. But there's something that you may not be realizing. It's the person that is making the choices of these men that I would say has the biggest issue. See, when you choose a man and he lies to you, you choose a man and you start seeing red flags, and you stay with him, who has the problem? See, the man in a lot of cases, if you pay attention, he's going to tell you, he's going to show you that he doesn't want a relationship. He has problems with his family. He has unresolved issues from his upbringing. He doesn't want more kids. Whether he doesn't make a lot of money or make enough money to raise a family, if he was to actually start a family with you. There's a lot of ways you can see who this man actually is if you pay attention. But a lot of women, once they see a man and she sees him as her type, and as time goes by, she starts seeing him as the one, she starts to ignore all the red flags. You have ignored thousands of red flags in your life. But then you get mad at the man for being who he said he was going to be, or for being who he ended up exposing himself to being, and you stay. And then when it's finally over, when you finally had enough, and you break up with him, and then the next man you do the same thing with. You choose a broken man because a lot of women who are broken, they don't necessarily feel secure enough within themselves to actually date a man who is extremely secure. So if she's insecure, if she's broken, in a lot of cases, without even realizing it, she'll choose a man that's broken. I want you to think about something. Do you remember in the movie Set It Off? Jada Pinkett was like in the hood and she was literally hanging with people who were planning on robbing banks, right? And she met a guy who was secure. He was a banker. He had his life together. This man was willing to give Jada literally whatever it was that she wanted. Emotionally, physically, financially, and spiritually. But guess what? She kept going on down this road that she was going down. She didn't have to, because she knew deep down she wasn't enough for that secure man. And this is what happens with a lot of women. They may run into that secure man, that good man that she always wanted. But in her mind, in her heart, she knows that she's not ready. She'll get with that man and she'll drive that man nuts, thinking he's going to leave her because she has, guess what? Abandonment issues. She has unresolved issues herself. And she doesn't feel capable of sustaining a positive relationship with a positive, secure, healed man. So for a lot of you, you say, why don't you help these men? These men need the help. You're right. They do need the help. But do they want the help? No. You know why? Because the demographic of men who are abusive, who are unhealed, who have unresolved issues, and they know it, there is a huge demographic of unhealed, broken women who want one particular thing, and that is to fix. Yes, I'm talking about you. The woman that is the fixer. See, a fixer needs somebody to fix. So say they want me to fix these men. But if I fix these men, or these men fix themselves and they're secure and healed, and you aren't, guess what? They're not necessarily going to want you if you are that broken woman. So instead of saying, why don't you fix these men? You have to fix yourself. Because like I said, if all of these men out here who are dirtbags and they don't take care of their kids and they don't do all these things that you want them to do, and they become fixed and healed and secure, and you aren't, where does that leave you? So my point to you is this. Instead of always looking at men how and how they can fix themselves, when are you going to take the time to fix yourself? Because if you don't, you're never going to choose, because these are your choices. The men you dated in your past that hurt you, to a certain degree, because I'm not talking about rape, I'm not talking about molestation. There's certain things that are beyond your control. But a lot of the bad men that you've been with in your past, you chose, and you've seen certain things in this man, and you decided to stay. Some of you stayed with bad men for 10 years. But you want to get mad at the men. Don't get mad at anybody. Instead, be more accountable for your own actions and focus on bettering yourself. If this video helps you out in any type of way, make sure to subscribe at the bottom and hit the notification bell.